It's every footballer's dream to play within sight of the Twin Towers here at Wembley Stadium, the home of English soccer. It's every basketball player's dream to play next door at the Wembley Arena. The last two teams to play in this arena were the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks from America's NBA. But this weekend, it's the Moore Windows Derby Bucks who are in the big time. They'll be facing the Worthing Bears in the playoff semi-finals, that game getting underway very shortly. But let's take you back some 9 hours to when this big weekend first began. Tim, what's the mood of everyone and the coach at the moment?
As you can see, Steve, it's really high. Everybody's ready for the game. I think everybody's looking forward to it. They're glad Saturday's here. It's been a long time coming.
You trained last night. What was the spirit like then?
The spirit was good. The training was good. I think we had a bit of fun in training. We didn't have it particularly serious. We've got two big games this weekend, so we don't want to take it out in the legs on the Friday night.
It looks as though you've started planning your tactics already.
It's not so much the tactics, it's just remembering the key points. I think we spoke about this before. It's the control. If we can stay in control of the game, then we have the favourites' chance of winning. If we give Worthing the chance, or give Worthing the control, then we put the onus back on them, and I need to take it away from them.
Everybody seems to be enjoying it, though. It's going to be the greatest weekend in the club's history.
Well, it certainly should be. If we can bring the championship back at the same time, then I think that was a certainty. Yes, it'll be the greatest day in the club history.
Charlie looking very relaxed at the moment.
Yeah, I'm about to take a nap in a minute. We'll go sleep. Relax for a little bit before the game. I always do it on bus ride. Take a little sleep. After I finish my Pepsi, I'm going to take my nap.
What's with the shorts? Quite a few of the players seem to be wearing shorts today. Rather weird shorts as well.
Hey, it's the fashion. This is the style right here. It's the style back in the States. We're trying to Americanize this country a little bit. Now it's warm out, so everybody's wearing shorts. Nice long shorts that sag. They're nice. I like them.
You've played in front of big crowds in America. Is it going to be any different playing at Wembley?
It's kind of hard to say. Well, I played in the championship games before, and it's going to be that exciting feeling that I always get playing in the championship game, and I can't wait for it. I'm trying to relax right now because I know I'm going to be real tensed up later. So I'm trying to take it easy right now.
But you'll be okay as soon as you get on the court, presumably.
Oh yeah, as soon as I warm up, get a little sweat going. you might look to see a high intense first quarter because both teams I expect are going to be running really hard, and I think everybody's going to get real tired real quick, but then we're going to settle down into a nice pace hopefully. But that's what I'm looking for. You have to relax right now because that first quarter is going to be the hardest one because I'm playing to blow them away.
Tim, has it hit you yet that you're going to be playing at Wembley?
Not yet. It'll hit me when we get down there. I feel okay about it at the moment. I mean, I know we're going, I know we're playing. So.
Have you felt any tension at all so far?
Not really. It's not really until the game, until I know the ball's tossed up. Then that's when I start getting, a little bit jittery. But at the moment, I feel okay.
Now, in some of the games, like Coventry in National Cup, you were pumped up for the game for the whole day. You're feeling fairly relaxed
Oh yeah,
now?
well, I mean, it's the same feeling. I mean, I'm not like, this is a different feeling from when the actual game starts, but it's the feeling this morning when I woke up is the same feeling. It's a nice feeling, so. But I mean, when the game actually starts, that's a different feeling altogether. That's the feeling that's like, let's do it.
The way you're feeling now, is that a good omen for tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, I just like feeling like this. I love it. I love it when I feel like this for games. So it's just a shame I can't feel like this for every game.
Are you going to beat Worthing?
Oh, I mean, I can't see why not. We're playing well. Everybody knows what they've got to do. So I think we'll beat them. I'm not worried about Worthing. I'm just worried about what we got to do.
Nigel, you're looking very cool with those shades on. Feeling fairly relaxed?
I'm feeling relaxed. I couldn't get sleep last night because I was a bit hyper. So these are hiding my eyes. But yeah, I'm feeling relaxed, ready to go.
Looking forward to playing in that big arena?
Yeah, well, I went down there when I was younger and I was 12. I've never been back since, so going to be good to get back in there, but actually be playing. Yeah, highlight so far.
What do you think it'll be like when you actually get on the court and get into the action?
Well, I'm not really worried about it because we've been preparing now for like 2 weeks. I got thrown in against Thames Valley in the fourth quarter where they started to come back, so I'm not worried about anything. I just want to get it over with and get to the final on Sunday and then bring a medal home.
Everybody seems fairly confident that you can do the whole job this weekend.
Well, we're not going there just to make up the numbers, we're going there to win. I mean, we've took the top team. They're out now, so we're the number one seed as far as we're all concerned now. They've got a gun for us. So we're the old men, we're young, so we've got to go out and run them and go and kill them.
Ian, has it actually sunk in yet that you're going to be playing at Wembley?
Not really. I think it'll be, it won't actually hit us until we walk out on the court when all the crowd's there this evening.
Have you started preparing for today's game any differently from any other game this season?
Not really. I think it seems a bit strange leaving earlier than we normally do. Obviously it is a different game, so you realise it is such a big game, but nothing specific now.
Is it difficult to think about anything else, or is your mind focused on that the whole time?
I think we've been thinking about it for the past 2 weeks, really. It's just a question of trying to relax now and get ready for the game tonight.
Going down to a decent hotel, that should help you to relax a little bit?
Yes, I think so. It's nice. It's nice to have these conditions for once instead of travelling from home and coming to the game, to be able to spend a bit of time relaxing during the day.
You're actually in the big time now. Do you think this will give you a taste for the future?
Oh, definitely. I think we weren't really sure what to expect myself and Andy this year when we first came along, but if it's like this every year, then I'll certainly be happy.
You're looking fairly relaxed. Has it got to you yet that you're going to be playing in the championship?
Yeah, it does. I'm really feeling, a little nervous about it. I'm a little anxious to it. But I'm usually like that. It usually makes me play a little bit better too. That's how you use it.
You've lost to Worthing 4 times this season, and I think in a couple of those games you fouled out. Is that preying on your mind at all?
Yeah, I'm just going to try to stay on the court. I'm just going to go out there and try to play my best. I'm just really looking forward to just getting out there and giving it on my all.
You going to get to the final tomorrow?
Well, basketball is a funny sport. Anything can happen, and if we just take care of what we needed to, there's no problem with it. There should be no complications.
Andy, looks as though you're taking a little bit of time out to catch up on your reading.
Oh yeah, just chilling out. Just bought the Times. Gibbs is in it today, and just thought I'd have a quick glimpse at it. just catching up on overseas news and things. So just chilling out.
So that'll be okay when you're playing ball abroad, will it? You think?
Oh yeah, I mean, nice to know what's happening in Europe, innit? You know, future place of employment. So nice.
Has it actually got to you yet that you're going to be playing at Wembley?
Not really. I mean, when we see the Twin Towers down there, you know, it's going to start sinking in then. But until then, just trying to chill out a bit. The nerves are getting to me, but when that was in last night for a bit of a curry, so when that starts working and the nerves start going as well, I think we could be on the toilet for quite some time. So.
There's only one thing wrong though, Andy. You're not playing at Wembley Stadium with under 20,000. It's the arena.
No, I thought I was playing in the stadium actually. Oh, well, never mind. No, like I say, but when you see the Twin Towers, it just sinks in there, doesn't it? So when you see the Twin Towers, that's going to be it.
But you're almost a veteran of the big games, aren't you? Having been down to Royal Albert Hall for a Junior Cup final and played for your country, so you should be used to all this.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice playing at the Albert Hall. There was about 4,000 or 5,000 people watching us there, but this is a real deal, isn't it? This is big time. This is what everyone wants to come down and see. I mean, like our Junior Cup game is just one of the games that warm-up game really, but this is a business, so this one's got to be ready for.
Are you ready for it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Good training session last night. A few laughs, a few jokes. Fishing, shooting, actually not so good. Couldn't get the money down, but yeah, nice Brucey bonus from Tim as well. So let's down the treat. Yeah, Fish won the drinks, so good job to him.
Andy, now you're finally awake. Is it getting to you that Wembley's fairly close?
I wish it was a bit closer. I wish we were in the hotel now. It just the journey seems to be taking a long time.
It's been 10 long years for you at Derby.
The journey's taking a long time. Not about today, yeah. It's been a long time getting there, so hopefully it'll be a great weekend and we can bring the trophy back.
You think there will be any nerves actually out there once you're on the court?
Oh yeah, people will be nervous, adrenaline will be flowing, but that's really what you want because it means you're ready to play. I remember when I played at the NEC with Berry, just waiting there. Everyone's adrenaline's flowing. It's a great moment, but you want people to be slightly nervous, but not too tight, because if they're too tight, then when they pull the trigger, they'll be blanked. So you just need people just ready to play.
You think you'll be ready to play?
Oh yeah, the team's ready to play. We'll be okay tonight.
Chris, this must be a special occasion for you as well as the team and the supporters.
Certainly the first time I've been to Wembley with them.
Possibly not the last time we had.
Certainly not as far as I'm concerned. I'm intending to carry on and support the Bucks for as long as possible. And that includes driving them to the away matches.
Now, earlier in the season, you took a day off from your normal job to drive the team down to Worthing on your birthday, and today's a special occasion as well.
Yes, it's my 17th wedding anniversary today.
What did your wife say when you were going to be driving? When you told her you were going to be driving the team to Wembley?
She's understanding about these things. She was very good about it, really.
Eventually, the team reached their hotel, another indicator that the Bucks had indeed joined the elite. And then, what better way to relax before the big game than watching NBA basketball on television? So here we are inside Wembley Arena for this Division 1 semi-final of the Budweiser Basketball Championships, the first time that the Derby Bucks have ever got this far in this particular competition. Alongside me is George Waldron, the former England international and town crier. George, look at that down at the bottom there. 2 victories over Thames Valley. Tremendous stuff.
Weren't they? Most unexpected. Nobody in the league, except perhaps Derby players and Tim Rudge and some of the supporters, thought that was possible. The home win was tremendously exciting. The away win, look at the score, was incredible.
There we have the Bucks line-up at full strength for this game. George, a lot of players there who haven't got very much experience of the big time.
I think so, but I'm not really sure how important that experience is going to prove. What they have got right now, having seen them at practice last night, is a terrific feeling of togetherness and enjoyment in the game. Maybe it's a little naive, but I think that will probably show today and hopefully get over the first night nerves, as it were.
There we have the Worthing side, and if you look down there, they do have a lot of experience, but there again, some old legs as well.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, Steve. Certainly they will be looking to use their experience. They've been here before, they've won it before. But the comment about the old legs has to be appropriate. Derby have a lot of young legs, and I'm hoping that they'll make those pay. Worthing, I would imagine, will be looking to play a little bit of keep ball, not normally within their style, but they'll be looking to play 2 games this weekend and looking to save some juice in the legs, I would think.
And presumably they'll start off in their normal style with their own defence, allowing Derby to shoot the outside shot.
I think so. I think they'll be looking to prevent penetration to the ring, as you say, Steve, and they'll be seeing whether Derby have found their range. That's going to be difficult. This is a strange arena. Certainly for Derby it's strange, and if they can find the range, Worthing are going to check it out.
Some interesting results there, though. Derby losing 4 times to Worthing this season. How significant is that going to be today?
I'm not sure it's significant today at all, Steve. I suspect that the Derby players have put all those defeats out of their mind. I think all it says is historically Worthing are better than Derby, but this is a first night for Derby. It's a totally different surroundings, and I suspect a totally different outcome.
Well, let's hope so. The game's just about to start. Tim Rudge giving his team the final instructions. How important is it that the Bucks do get off pretty smartly and have an up-tempo start?
I think it's very important because it will settle their nerves. If they make a couple of shots early on, it will give the players a lot of confidence. We all know they can shoot, we all know they can play very exciting basketball. But as I've said a couple of times, this is a strange place, a strange arena. They need to find the range, and if they do so early, they'll get a big boost to their confidence.
The Derby contingent there, splendid in their new T-shirts, especially for the occasion, beginning to make a fair amount of noise already. 2 teams then coming out onto the court. Significant that Derby have Mike Landell in the backcourt with Tim Lascelles to start.
Yes, I think probably Tim Rudge has gone for the experience there. Mike Landell's been around, very competent ball handler, and obviously this is Ian McKinney's rookie season, and I think maybe Tim has just kept him out there for a few minutes so that Mike can handle the ball and maybe use his experience just to get things going.
Jason Seaman, Andy Gardner and Charlie Mant up front. Worthing going with Steve Nelson, the former Derby player, and Cleve Lewis in the backcourt. Then we've got Alan Cunningham, Mike Spade and Colin Irish.
And there's Mike Spade, the last name you mentioned, Steve. He's just getting inside on the board. He's a big man, Mike Spade, a little less mobile nowadays, but nevertheless made a good rebound and score there.
And significant that Cunningham is in starting lineup. Herman Hareed, who has been injured, he's on the bench at the moment.
I'm curious to know what that injury is and what the effect will be. Hareed is a big, strong man, and he, really puts himself about on court.
Good 2 points there from Stephen Nelson. He'll be pumped up for this game against his old team. And Worthing getting the sort of start that Derby really would have wanted. But here's Landell.
Sorry, Steve, that's right. They again used their experience, played a couple of nice offences, made them both. I'll be still looking for that first score.
Andy Gardner going for the 3-point attempt, misses. Charlie Mant gets the rebound but can't hold on to it, and it's Worthing ball.
Yeah, Derby still looking to find the range there. Charlie made a good effort at the rebound, went out. They'll just be starting to twitch a little now.
Nelson down to Cunningham, who's been a winner in the last 6 or 7 seasons for the Bears. Spade. Oh, and that's certainly what Derby didn't want at this early stage. The big man Mike Spade popping in 3.
Yes, he can shoot from outside. As I say, he doesn't look an athlete anymore, but he's a good shooter, and that was a sweet 3.
Gardner inside, out to Mant. Tries the 3, that misses. Worthing trying to run. It's Lewis, beats Lascelles. And Jason Seaman called for the foul on the rebound, pushing off.
Yeah, made a nice move, Lewis, there. That's his sort of game where he just tries to go straight down the channel, down into the ring. He missed the shot, took his own rebound, and as the referee indicated, Jason just handed him off.
Seaman got to be very careful that he doesn't get into foul trouble. As Irish tries to come inside, Landell picks that one off. Lascelles to Seaman. Gardner but the shot hits the rim, comes off. Mant with a rebound inside. It's no good, and Irish picks up the garbage.
Yeah, once again there was an off-balance shot there, and I think the nerves are just starting to show a little.
But Worthing give the ball back to the Bucks. Cunningham couldn't hold on to that pass. Landell. Mant, who's been looking for the jumper just lately rather than going inside to the hoop. Landell misses again with the three-point attempt. Cunningham. And that will still be Worthing ball. Tim Rudge looking a little bit apprehensive after the first couple of minutes, George.
Yes, I think so. I think it's the fact that those shots aren't going down. They practiced a lot of shooting last night, almost all that, and I'll tell you they were loose and they made a big percentage out there, but this is a different place to Moorways, and the players are just feeling it, can't find the range yet.
Lewis looking to go inside. Landell marking tightly. Spade going for the long shot and makes it again.
Yeah, good shooting again from Spade, and it's interesting how Worthing are working the ball around, looking for clear opportunities, I think, where Derby are perhaps forcing a little bit to find that first basket and free up a little.
They certainly need that first basket at the moment. That's going to settle all the nerves and get them sorted out. But it's looking fairly ominous at the moment. Nearly 3 minutes gone. Derby yet to score. An air ball from Tim Lascelles. Jason Seaman picks up the rebound and is fouled by Colin Irish. But that's going to be sideline ball. No easy shots so far.
Still not finding a way to the basket, Steve. The zone defence that Worthing are playing is keeping Derby just that little bit out of range under the circumstances. And Derby really haven't hit a good shot yet. I hadn't taken a good shot.
And that was certainly a sign of the nerves there. That pass going across court and right out the other side. So, timeout called by Tim Rudge, obviously to settle the team a little bit.
Yes, that's for sure what it is. I don't think he's going to talk tactics at all here or make any big changes. I don't expect any substitutions. He's just going to be saying, keep doing the same thing, settle down, let's find that first basket, try and get a better opportunity to shoot a little clearer. Maybe you have to shoot earlier to do that, maybe make one more pass. But let's think positive, chaps. That's what he's saying. Nothing but encouragement here.
Worthing, though, a very big side, so is that playing on their minds? Are they not penetrating because they know they've got such big men in front of them when they get in the paint?
I think so, yes. I think it's making it look a big zone, Steve, isn't it? As you say, a lot of big guys in there. If they go down the tube, somebody might just ram the ball back down at them. They also feel very confident with the shots. I know that confidence has been dented a little bit here because they've not made anything, but they are confident shooters, Derby, and they're streak shooters, so when it gets going then they'll feel good. Right now it's not, but I don't think that will prevent them shooting, and I'm sure Tim's encouraged it.
Okay, so the ball is given to Worthing quite surprisingly. Oh, but of course that was the pass that was thrown straight out the other side.
Oh, right, yes.
So it comes back to this side of the court. Nelson to Spade. Irish going for another one from downtown, and that's a big rebound from Seaman. Outlet pass to Landell. Worthing getting back very quickly at the moment. Lascelles is going for the three. Misses again. Seaman with the rebound. And Spade all over him. But Worthing come up with the ball again. Swoop Cunningham going all the way himself. Excellent move.
Yeah, nice move down the baseline. How's that for an old man? Derby still not found the basket, and Cunningham just makes it more painful.
Almost 4 minutes without scoring, Derby. Nelson again. And that one's going to be roared off. Lewis going in and fouling as he got that rebound. But Worthing showing that they can get up and down that court pretty quickly for men who seemingly are getting a bit old, George.
Yeah, they've reversed the roles, haven't they? From what I said, I expected Derby's young legs to be doing the running and Derby to making a running game of it, but no, it's totally reversed here.
We'll see whether that pattern changes the longer the game goes on. Lewis. Cunningham can't get that one though, it's picked up by Seaman. Finds Charlie Mant, and even then he can't score. He's fouled, but at least he'll go to the line to shoot to.
Yeah, I think there was a chance maybe Charlie would have made that. I think that piece of perspex over the top of the ring would have been broken on a dunk. But was that Cleve Lewis just pulled his arm down as he went for the dunk?
Good foul to give away as far as the Bears are concerned. Puts the pressure on Mant. We're still waiting for the first score of the game. Mike Landell taking a break. Ian McKinney coming in. So is there going to be a lot of pressure on that young man, Ian McKinney?
Well, not in physical terms, because Worthing aren't playing a pressure defence, but I think there'll be a little bit of mental pressure. As I said earlier, it's a rookie season for Ian McKinney. He's a very cool customer and a very competent player, but this is a big place to play.
A few smiles on the Bucks bench there as Derby finally off the mark. Some 4¼ minutes into this game. Charlie Mant makes both from the line, so that should sort out the nerves a little bit. And we can look forward now to Derby beginning to put their normal game together. Cunningham missing. McKinney gets the rebound. Mant scores and gets the foul as well, so a 3-point opportunity.
Is this part of the normal game, Steve, that you just mentioned? Yes, I mean, ball came out, McKinney ran the ball down the floor confidently, made a nice pass. Charlie Mant didn't even think about it. We said that in practice a lot last night. Don't even think about it. Just go up, take the open shot. He did that, got fouled. Bonus to come. Let's see what's going to happen.
Actually, it was Lascelles putting in a 3 there, and Mant not allowed to go to the line to shoot the 2. It must have been before the shot.
What a bonus that was there, Steve. We're looking for a bonus from the line. We get a sideline ball, one pass in bounds. Tim Lascelles finds the range. Bang, 3 points. Makes the score more respectable.
So now we've got 2 players who are hitting. So things looking a little bit brighter for the Bucks. Nelson. Lewis. Some very tight defence in there from the Bucks, but then Spade comes up with another one from long range.
It's that man again, he can shoot. I mean, look, no athlete, what a shot. That's 2 threes he's made, and an inside shot. And he's big in the middle of that defence, look at that.
McKinney going for the 3. No rebounders in there, only Cunningham. Nelson, and it looked as though Charlie Mant just caught him as he went for that shot.
It doesn't look as if Charlie agrees with that. Very difficult from this camera angle. The referee's a lot closer than us, but sure the foul was called, and it looks as though Steve will be going to the line.
Referee's having a discussion about that in the end. As Mike Spade takes a break, I think Derby will be glad to see the back of him for a while.
Yeah, good spell, wasn't it, from him? Definitely a good spell.
But then again, look who comes in, Herman Hareed.
Yeah, big tough guy. Well, let's see if he's got over that injury. I don't think he'd be out there on the floor if he hadn't.
Possibly a bit of kidology on behalf of Cunningham there, bringing Spade and bringing Hareed off the bench.
Yes, interesting that he didn't start. I mean, if he was fit to play, I would certainly have expected him in the starting 5. Probably in the starting 5 of any team from the league. But, yeah, it may have been. Maybe Alan Cunningham preferred the English league experience of Mike Spade.
So Nelson on the line. Pretty good free throw shooter in his days at Derby. Makes the first. So the lead is 11 at the moment as Lascelles comes inside. Mant again. 3 is no good, and there's Hareed who pulls it down.
Yeah, you'll see him do that a lot, Steve. As I say, he's a big, strong man, pulls a lot of rebounds down.
Irish coming inside, but a one-hander and drops it in.
And I think that's a little bit of typical Irish. We'll see more of that as well. He's a very good scorer, Irish.
Lascelles missing again from 3-point range. Derby still struggling somewhat on the offence. As Lewis comes down, Irish, rather unorthodox shot off target. Mant pulls it down.
The Derby defence is working hard as well, Steve, but the way Worthing move the ball, they make it look just a little bit ragged. They're having to work hard for nothing, Derby, at the moment.
Lascelles trying to open things up there, taking his man off the dribble, and eventually the foul's called inside. Derby really need Lascelles to do things like that. He can't just stay out and take the 3-pointers. He's got to penetrate and drive inside.
Yes, they all need to be involved on the offence, Steve, especially on his own. You have to pull his own around. At the moment, I mean, they're reasonably mobile, Worthing, on the zone defence, but they need to make them work hard, especially in the first phase.
Lascelles, the man who doesn't seem to know the meaning of the word pressure.
Yeah, he's super cool from the line, Steve, isn't he? There's no doubt about that.
Just pops them in as though he's playing in a local league game. Is Lewis, who's fouled. Looks as though it was by Gardner. Andy Gardner having a very quiet start so far.
Yes, hasn't he? Not really featured at all. That's not to say he's done nothing, but he's certainly not sprung to our attention, has he?
Certainly not, no. Here's Lewis. Hareed coming up with a screen. Nelson trying to take Mant off the dribble. The pass is too strong.
We could do with something from this possession, Steve.
Certainly could. 3 minutes towards the end of the first quarter. Lascelles gets it back. Inside to Seaman. Forces his way through. Misses him close in.
What a nice move that was too as well. Shame to miss that. I mean, it really was a nice roll for a big man.
Worthing, though, seeming to turn the ball over a fair bit at the moment. That seems to be 3 turnovers in about their last 6 offences.
Yeah, that percentage surprises me there. I mean, Derby's doesn't surprise me. What surprises me more than that percentage is the actual scoreline. I mean, what is it, 9-18? Derby seem to have missed hundreds of shots. I mean, they've made 12%, the screenshot just say there. Worthing have made a much higher percentage because they're playing better plays. I'm sure that's what Cunningham's saying now, is more of the same thing. But the remarkable thing is that Derby are only 9 points down, and they seem to miss everything they throw. And yet Worthing hit a much bigger percentage. They must be taking less shots. Is that the Derby defence, or is it the way Worthing are playing?
Could well be the Derby defence. They seem to be playing quite intensely, but then suddenly Worthing just managed to get those long bombs in. They're causing all sorts of problems with those.
Yes, they're certainly making the percentage shots. Whether they play the ball around and look for a good penetration in there to make an easier inside shot, or whether they make a smooth 3 with Mike Spade, who's just come back on the floor, it seems. They are making that clearer percentage. I really do find those statistics remarkable, that Derby 9 behind and taken and missed far more shots.
Worthing making the substitution then. Cunningham coming back into the action in place of Steve Nelson. So Worthing going even bigger. Charlie Mant, and nails the 3.
That's the one we want, darling. And some more, and some more, and some more are down the menu.
So Mant, the main offensive threat at the moment. Now this is where Hareed is at his most dangerous. If he drives from there, he's the best player in the league from that position. But Irish just as good off the glass.
Yeah, you can say the same for Irish too. He really is a great scorer. When he first came over to this country, he was making those sort of moves as effectively, and he's just continued to do so.
Ant, another 3-point attempt, and nails it again. Now, this is getting interesting. Charlie Mant nailing everything.
Well, that certainly closed it up, Steve, hasn't it now?
Takes Charlie Mant to 10 points. Irish goes inside. Oh, just when Derby looked as though they might get back into it, Irish comes up with another big play.
Yeah, 10 out of 15 for Charlie, and at the moment Charlie looks like the only guy that has the confidence to keep throwing it up there. He's a very, very confident player anyway, Charlie. Sometimes perhaps a little overconfident and takes the shot when they're not on. But tonight he's the only one really doing damage, so he's got to keep shooting.
And Mann seems to have benefited from Tim Rudge's coaching, because before he was going to the hoop quite a lot and picking up the offensive fouls, but now he's shooting more.
Yes, I hope that goes for all of the players, because that's what Tim encourages. And here goes another from Charlie now, you see. Don't even think about it. If you're open, just take the shot. That's what Tim's encouraging. It's good to see.
Derby keeping it alive, getting the offensive rebound, but McKinney misses, and it's Hareed comes up with the ball. Derby trailing by 8, and they'll need to be... They'll hope to reduce that deficit before the end of the first quarter. But Worthing score again.
Real Cleve Lewis move that. Banker off the glass, just go down into the corner. He's a quick player and he likes to bang that one off the glass. Yeah, typical Lewis.
Mant trying to take Cunningham off the dribble, but look at that rebound from Hareed. What a great player he is.
Very strong, very strong. Just bounced the Derby player off him and just pulled the ball down, handed it off to the guard.
Lewis off the glass again, misses this time. There's Gardner. Not seen a lot of him so far. That was a good contribution. Lascelles. The turnaround jumper misses. Mann gets a hand to it. Lascelles there again. And Mann to beautiful shot.
Nice shot, wasn't it? Soft hands on the top there. I mean, that was made by Tim Lascelles. Maybe the first shot he took wasn't good, but he worked hard, got the ball back again, pressured it, got the ball to Charlie, who just made the 2. Good work.
Oh, but there again, Hareed, just when Derby needed a really big play on defence to stop them scoring in the last few seconds, they still came up with it.
Yeah, good pass inside, used his strength inside, made that little layup. What's that, 10 points the difference now? Well, I guess that reflects the way the quarter's gone, in fairness. Derby struggled to find the range, particularly early. Maybe the nerves got to them a little. Worthing showed their experience, got down the floor a little quicker than I thought, but once they were down there, then they made very positive offensive moves. Cunningham's got them playing set plays, I suppose, but what he's looking for is percentage shots, and certainly that's what they've made ahead of Derby. They've shot a far better percentage than Derby.
And although we think Derby have done fairly well on defence, Worthing still scoring 27 points. That's,
right.
That's some total for the first quarter.
Yes, it makes a big score if it goes that way for the whole 4 quarters, Steve, doesn't it?
Certainly does. But let's see if Gardner can do anything. 3, no good again. Really, Derby need more production from both Gardner and Seaman in this second quarter.
Yes, the other players have got to contribute, other than just being around and being there. They need to contribute offensively now.
Reed again, though. Ian McKinney is seeing a lot of court time at the moment. Running the point. Tim Lascelles has come all the way around from the other side. Mant down in the low post, super job.
Yeah, nice move by Charlie. Good ball in, turned well, made the shot. Still Charlie doing the damage. The other players are keeping the ball going, obviously, and keeping the ball moving around. I think they just need that bit more confidence to go for it themselves at times.
Well, that may come as the game wears on. Quite a few empty seats in this arena so far. It'll no doubt be packed tomorrow for the final.
Yes, there's a lot of noise coming from that quarter, isn't there? I guess that's the Derby players, the Derby fans rather.
Yes, we've heard quite a bit of them so far as Irish goes for the 3, no good. Gardner rebounds, doing a good job on defence, Andy Gardner. Seaman, and the quick first step, and that caught Colin Irish.
Yeah, again, that was a nice play, nice move into Jason. I'm sure he felt he'd got the inside move, and Irish just blocked him out there. So Jason was there first. That was the referee's call.
So we've still got that 10-point difference between the teams. Gardner tries again, misses.
Struggling for range, isn't he, Goose? I don't know whether it's the glass boards and the size of the arena, the size of the auditorium.
And even then we can't get an easy basket. Alan Cunningham called for the block, not very happy about it.
I can't believe that Alan Cunningham is arguing with that call. I can't believe that. Jason Seaman was going for the jam there. Well, here we go. Let's take a look at this. I mean, is he going to kill him or is he going to kill him?
Well, he did catch some of the ball, but I think he caught both the arms afterwards.
That's right. In fairness, he got the ball first and he got the ball clean. But, you know, when you're that far up in the air with limbs as long as Alan Cunningham's and they're going to come down somewhere, yeah, he hit some flesh.
So, Jason Seaman on the line. Nothing coming easy for Bucks in this first half. That's better though. That'll help his confidence. Spade fakes for the big one. Nice pass inside, but Cunningham can't put it down. Irish diving with it with Gardner.
I think it has to rate as a bad miss. That was a lovely pass inside, wasn't it, to Cunningham?
And coming up short then, Seaman gets the rebound. McKinney. Lascelles struggling to find his range. Hareed, delightful move.
Wasn't it? I mean, that was just so smooth. That was athletic. Big, strong man, little shimmy, down inside, and finishes with soft hands. Very nice move. Check this out.
Big man from Syracuse University. Such an asset to this Bears side. But Charlie Mant scores at the other end. 17 of Derby's 23 so far to Mant.
Yeah, he's certainly been burying them, hasn't he, Charlie? Come on, guys, let's see you give him a little support on the offence. I know you're giving him the ball, but let's see you make some scores.
And Cunningham called for the charge. I'm sure he won't be very happy about that. And he's going to bring himself off by the looks of it. That was a good call from Rob Eilif.
Yes, I think so, and I think Alan Cunningham's going to agree with this, isn't he? And the expression on his face as he takes the substitution shows that. No arguing there. He decides it's time to take a blow.
Jason Seaman did very well, though, to get into position to take the charge.
Yeah, the Derby defence is pretty good at the moment. They're making good scores, Worthing, but they're having to work for them, and they are having to be good scores, well-worked offences. The Derby defence is very busy. I think they could do with picking it up a little more, but they have a problem right now of having to score points, so maybe that's uppermost in their minds.
Cunningham then on the bench with 3 fouls. Seaman going to the line for the 1-1. Andy Mayer checking into the action for the first time.
Yeah, well, if we're looking for scores, this is probably a good substitution because in practice last night, Andy Mayer absolutely shot the lights out in more ways. He's a very good shooter. Let's see if he can find some early on in this spell.
Jason only shooting 50% at the moment. 2 from 4.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what his season's average is. It may not be a lot better than that, Steve.
Lewis going on his own. Mant doing the job at the defensive end that time. And here's Mayer. And scores with his first shot.
Don't even think about it, Andy. Good shot. Nice pass too, wasn't it?
So the lead down to 7. And the crowd beginning to get behind the team. A lot of noise coming over from that far side.
They're a noisy crowd, aren't they, Derby? Lovely people.
That running one-hander from Irish doesn't go down this time. Seaman gets the board. Mant again and nails it.
What did the commentator in the crowd say? The man of the moment. He's right. Charlie Mant nails another.
What can you say about Mant? I think we've said most of it so far. It's keeping Derby in this game. Just 5 points the deficit at the moment. Until that three-pointer from Lewis, was it?
I think it was Cleve Lewis, yeah. He can shoot, Lewis. He prefers to go to the boards, but he just showed he could shoot there. As did Charlie Mant. That's another three for Charlie Mant. You know, the guy, well, there's Jason Seaman clapping, and quite rightly so. Charlie is on fire here tonight now. He's, what am I doing, guys, he says. What am I doing? Well, you're keeping us in there, Charlie. That's what you're doing.
And there we've got the statistics again. In this second quarter, look how dramatically the shooting percentage for the Bucks has increased and Worthing's gone down.
Yeah, and that's the reason for the scores closing together, isn't it? It had to come. If it hadn't, it would have been an absolute disaster for Derby. I think it was inevitable that it would come and they'd start to make some scores. They just have to believe it now. The other guys have to believe they can do the same. Then we're going to see some gain.
Cunningham calling the timeout, wanting to talk things over. He must be a little bit worried that Derby have come back so strongly.
I think so, because Worthing aren't doing an awful lot different, are they? He's an experienced guy, though, Cunningham. He should know that Derby aren't going to keep missing all night. It would be a very optimistic piece of thinking if he were to do that. So, yeah, he's just giving them a few little extra words here and giving them a chance to blow, which they need. They need a breather. And maybe saying a little bit more control ball, guys, and, you know, some more of these inside moves. Yeah, we can keep it ahead here.
Is he worried that Mant is shooting so well and nobody can stop him?
It has to be in his mind. I wouldn't think he's doing anything particularly here to stop Mant scoring, because at the moment he has 3 or 4 Derby guys that aren't doing any either, so he had to be happy with that. No, Derby aren't performing offensively well enough to cause Cunningham any panic. He just wants to say, hey, we were 10 up, it's only 5 now. Come on, guys, just pull tight.
Nelson going for the big one, knocks it down. 3-pointer against his old team, he'll enjoy that. Seaman missing the short range jumper, but there's Andy Mayer grabbing hold of it. A foul by Nelson. He wants to travel against Andy Gardner, but that was a little bit optimistic.
Yeah, I think that was maybe just a little bit harsh by the referee there. For me, that was a no harm, no foul. The Derby player didn't lose possession. There wasn't a great deal of contact. I think I would have made a no call there, but the referee's the boss. He's in charge.
Interesting substitution. Young Gary Smith coming on for Worthing. Doesn't get a lot of court time. Probably just bringing him on to give someone else a breather. Just for a couple of minutes before half-time.
Yeah, there's a little while to go here. I don't know the guy, I must say I've not seen him play, and I suspect you're right, it's just maybe a 1.5 minute blow for somebody.
And I think Nelson's picked up a couple of fouls early on, so that's why they've taken him off for a couple of minutes. Cunningham. Lewis comes inside, looked off balance, looked as though he shot off the wrong foot, but he still put it down.
Everything looked wrong, didn't it? Except the finish of the hands and the way the ball went through the ring.
Here's Charlie. Missing, but the Bucks getting the offensive rebound.
That was nice. Was that Gardner just slid in there? I think Gardner and Seaman were together. I reckon Gardner finished that. Nice tip.
One of the few offensive rebounds that Derby have had so far.
Yeah, well, they're going against a big side, as you've said, Steve, aren't they? It's tough on the boards at end of the floor, you can rest assured. Especially while this man's involved, Hareed. He's just a... Look at this. I mean, the strength of the man, in he goes time after time. or is he battling 1v3 there and not doing a bad job either?
And has the referee called an intentional foul there? I think he's called that one on Charlie Mant. Well, that's a strange decision because it looked as though Mant had the player all over his back.
Yes, I have to say I'm puzzled. I mean, I don't know whether we'll get a chance to get a replay for that, but at the finish, Harid, when I said he was going 1v3, was literally doing that. The three Derby players looked to have the inside, and Harid looked to be using them a little bit as step ladders there. So where the referee found the intentional foul on a Derby player, I'm puzzled.
But the big man Harid, showing just what a powerful player he was there, getting 3 chances on that one offence. Derby really can't afford to give him so many opportunities. But Worthing not making the most of those particular throws from the line. Lewis, neat pass inside and Harid finishes it off.
Nice move, yeah, nice pass, good finish.
Mayer inside to Seaman. And that goes in. Did it go in on its own or did Andy Gardner get a touch?
I was just going to ask you the same question, Steve. Now, I was just about to say those sort of inside moves that Harid is making from good inside passes are really where we ought to be looking for points from Jason. And there was a demonstration of it. Ball inside from Mayer, I think, in the corner. Nice turn, nice move by Jason. And let's give him the benefit. Let's say that dropped without the touch from Andy.
Smith still out there for the Bears at the moment. That pass a little bit adventurous, but Worthing hustling, getting the ball back. All the loose balls seem to be going their way at the moment, George.
Yeah, it's like the old saying, isn't it? You know, 50-50 balls. There isn't any such thing if you want the ball more than the opposition. And right now, I mean, Worthing are demonstrated, particularly Harid, that, you know, any 50-50 ball is going to be his. So it becomes 60-40 or whatever.
But Seaman getting that ball, came down with it, ran off his leg and out of play. That was a little bit unfortunate. Harid again, looked as though that was a charge on Gardner, but he got away with it.
Yeah, good defensive position by Gardner. He's a very, very good defender, actually, Andy Gardner. Probably a little bit deceptive too, but he works very, very hard in defence, takes up great positions. There was a demonstration of it. And, yeah, he's a very, very tough defender.
So, Tim Rudge calls the timeout. Very important stage of this first half. The last couple of minutes could decide whether Derby is still in contention going into the second half or whether they've got a big uphill struggle. So what do you think Tim is saying there, George?
Probably a repeat of what you've just said, Steve. This is a big 2 minutes. I mean, they've just tweaked it down to what I was 7 behind. Chance could have been a lot more because we're still not operating offensively, are we? We're still not making those points. So what Tim's got to be looking at here is let's not go into half-time with a disaster on our hands. You know, let's not let Worthing get away here. Let's dig in hard. And, well, if we can keep it here at 7, the way we've shot in the first 2 quarters, we have a great, great chance.
Richard Stokes, the referee there, saying that was Derby's second and final timeout of the first half. And Charlie Mant, very much the man of the moment. He's really kept Derby in the game. Look at that, 22 points in 18 minutes. Well, you can't ask so much more than that.
Some scoring, that really is some scoring. He's showed some great scoring spells through the season, hasn't he?
Irish make it. 3 out of 3 from the line for Colin Irish.
Made some of those in his time.
Andy Mayer having a lot of court time at the moment. Yeah, inside to Gardner. Mayer takes the shot. Someone got a piece of that.
I reckon, yeah, defender just got a touch on that.
Mike Landell harrying Lewis, almost steals it there.
Another good defender. Landell works very, very hard.
Mayer getting in there with Gardner, and Spade looks as though he's called for it. Yep.
Looks a little bemused by that call, Mike. Just taking a few seconds rest. Why the bemusement, Mike?
From the opposite angle, it was obvious what he'd done there. Worthing in the penalty, so it's going to be Andy on the line for the 1-1.
We all say we don't foul, you know. Mike's no exception there. We never foul, especially us big guys.
Characteristic pose from Andy Mayer.
I'm pleased with that.
McKinney back on for the Bucks in place of Landell. Irish thought he might have been fouled there, but the ball's out to Spade and he's knocked it in again.
As soon as the ball went out to the corner, you know, he was in space, and you just have to worry because he's such a good shooter when he has time.
Must be the best shooter for a big man in this league.
Yeah, what is he, 6'10"? He may be a stone overweight. I don't know, what is he? 240 pounds, something like that? I don't know, he's a big man.
I certainly wouldn't like to take a charge from him. Worthing just got so many offensive threats. The lead is up to 10 inside the last minute. There he is again. Ooh, way short that time. And Seaman steps on the line, so he's out of bounds.
Well, Mike proved me wrong from the corner there. Am I allowed to say I'm a little relieved?
So Worthing will run the clock down now. There's a slight differential between the game clock and the shot clock, so Derby may get one more opportunity.
Well, Worthing are looking like they don't want Derby to have another opportunity, aren't they? But here we go, here's the final play, what they hope's the final play.
Irish, the man who shot the ball in first place, takes the rebound and puts it in. And from being 10 down at the end of the first quarter, Derby now trailing by 12.
I think both coaches probably got what they wanted there, Steve. I mean, we talked about Tim Rudge there saying, don't let them get any further ahead. We saw Alan Cunningham take a timeout, and he was saying, let's get back to that 10-point gap. So they both got what they wanted, I guess, here.
So Derby trailing by 12. Despite playing some good defence, they've still conceded 50 points. And there we've got the stats. And one of the main statistics there, George, defensive rebounds. Worthing well ahead there.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at. They've had the opportunity to take the rebounds, clearly, because Derby have taken a fair number of shots. But, yeah, they've absolutely mopped up their board, Steve, haven't they? They're a big side. Good defensive unit. Good defensive rebounding unit.
Surprisingly, though, Derby matching them on the offensive boards. 9 each.
Yes, again, Derby have some good rebounders in there. They have some good athletes: Goose Gardner, Jason Seaman, Charlie Mann, Tim Lascelles. You know, that they can all get up in the air and grab those opportunities if they manage to get a handle on it.
Alan Cunningham just giving his team a few words at the start of this second half. Now, when Terry Mangum was coaching, Derby always seemed to have a problem with the third quarter. Let's hope they don't have it tonight, or that could be the end of the game.
Yes, it was remarkable, that, wasn't it? I don't know whether that was in the players' minds or whatever, but as you say, we don't need it right now. We're 12 points behind. What we need is something rather different.
Jason wins the tip. Back to the same starting five for the Bucks. Lascelles misses, but there's Jason Seaman. Good start.
One of those offensive rebounds, Steve, and a nice move and good finish. Well played, Jason.
Hareed starting the second half for the Bears. Cunningham still on those 3 fouls. Looks very mean though, doesn't he, Hareed?
Always looks mean, yeah. Cultivates it, I think.
Here he is again. Nelson. Oh, gets that one over Charlie Mant.
Good shot. He enjoyed that.
Andy Gardner. And nails the 3. That's more like it.
Okay, welcome Andy Gardner. Good shot. Match that.
Irish. Lascelles doing a good job on him.
Interesting, that was 3, Steve, on the last Derby offence. The Worthing are still playing a big zone, you know. Derby is still having to shoot from range, and it'd be nice to see something a little different if somebody can penetrate and just collapse the zone a bit.
Lewis missing. Mant coming up with a big rebound. Double team there, but still gets it inside, and Seaman pops it in. Very delicate finish there.
Wasn't it? Nice pass inside from Mant there. Took the defence, pulled them around. This is what I was saying. Pulled the zone around and then just fed the ball inside to Jason, who did the job.
When you look at the other end, though, with Landell and Lascelles, there's got to be a mismatch whenever they get near the ball.
Yes, I think so, but they're making up for it with hard work, aren't they? I mean, the Derby defence now is looking very determined, running an awful lot, working very hard.
3-on-1 break. Landell going all the way himself. Super job. Went up to the basket, protected the ball and put it away.
Yeah, the other 2 guys kept ahead, didn't they? They were there as the target, just pulled the defence over a bit, and Mike was positive enough and confident enough to go to the ring on his own. That was a good score. And that little start by Derby's prompted Cunningham to take a timeout here.
Yep, just over 2 minutes gone in this third quarter, and Cunningham needing to take that. Derby coming back, a pretty good start to that third session, and Tim Rogers is going to want to keep that momentum going.
What's he saying? Told you so, guys. Told you so. Told you if you kept shooting you could make it. Don't know.
Good timeout though from Cunningham, just to disrupt that momentum.
Yes, that's right. Derby just looked to be getting on a bit of a roll there, didn't they? I mean, they made the shots that they missed in the first half, got the towels up as it were, made them confident, ran the ball down the floor. Very good example, Charlie Mant breaking down the right when he took that rebound, pulling the defence around and flipping the ball back into Jason for a good score. Yeah, they were confident there, Derby, and as you say, good timeout by Cunningham.
And the crowd really enjoying it, up on the feet there. Certainly getting into the game now, the Derby section of the crowd on the far side of the arena.
They love comebacks, Derby, don't they? They really do. They like tight games. Nelson Mant giving him just that little bit of room. Hareed
strong inside.
Strong man. Tim Lascelles got a big piece of that ball, you know, and got his hand on it, but Harid just ripped it back off him and made a score.
Matt looks as though he had his arm taken away there.
I thought he was hit quite hard there, but the camera shot just got by it.
Michael Handel working exceptionally hard, going very positive, going for the steal every time.
Yeah, Lewis is saying he's on my arm, but Mike's got very fast hands, and he just made it very, very difficult for Lewis there.
Cunningham a little bit apprehensive on the bench.
Yeah, something to think about.
He'll want that lead back into double figures. Harid is at a travel. Yes, it is.
A charge. It certainly went against him, and I think rightly. Not happy, Mr. Cunningham. Goes down as a turnover.
I was going to say Harid's not happy either, but that's his normal expression.
Yeah, Mr. Mean.
Gardner for the three. Seaman, excellent offensive rebound again. Derby must be ahead down the offensive boards now. And down around the back. Goose coming inside and nailed it.
That was nice, wasn't it? You see, we were talking about shooting from range. He saw a bit of a gap in front, stepped into it and got into better range. No problem, no mistake. Bang the two.
And the lead down to 5 again. Nelson trying to take Mant off the dribble.
Derby defence working very hard, Steve, here, very hard. Got the just desserts there too.
Oh, and that just wouldn't go down from Charlie. But before that, excellent hands again by Landell to steal that.
We got some action out there.
Spade way off with that one.
Not a good shot. If you were going off the glass intentionally there, Mike, you don't need me to recommend that you don't do that. Straight through the hoop, that's your style.
Almost saw a smile on Harid's face there.
Just a little wind, I think, see.
10 points, ladies and gentlemen.
And the old man, Swoop Cunningham, comes back in for him.
Yeah, they're a short squad, aren't they? Not in stature, but in numbers, Worthing, and they've got to keep ringing the changes just to make sure the legs stay reasonably fresh.
A little bit scrappy, but Derby come up with the ball. Feeding it to Manton, puts it in again.
I think it's going to be that, Steve, scrappy, you know, because that's the way Derby are playing defence now. They're playing a lot of hustle defence, and hopefully you'll see some scrappy stuff from Worthing, because a lot of hands are going there quickly, working very hard, and this 50-50 ball results from it. Derby are wanting it now and getting it.
Richard Stokes not happy with something there. Looking a little bit more hopeful now on the Derby bench. And that man has done most of the damage.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him continue with the scoring, wouldn't it? Certainly nailed that last shot well.
A few objects appearing on the court by the looks and sounds of it.
Let's get back with the action.
In front of the Derby crowd too. I'm sure they're not doing that to disrupt Derby's flow right now. Maybe celebratory pieces of torn paper, who knows?
So it's Landell called for the foul on Nelson. I was just thinking that Nelson might have been in the paint for quite a long time there. He got away with it.
The pass came before it, Steve, looked a little bit on a stutter step too, didn't it? I wasn't sure about that, but we have to leave these things to the referees.
Cunningham, who said he's going to retire after this weekend. This is his last championship, so he'll want to go out on a strong note.
That's a quote he got from Lee Trevino and Arnold Palmer. That. He'll be back.
Do you reckon?
Well, if he's like me, I tell you, it's in the blood. It's difficult to leave it alone. Different level, of course, nowadays.
Perhaps next season, if they get a longer bench, he may not have to play. They're certainly going to be struggling without him.
Yes, I think that's for sure.
And that's got to be a foul on Irish. Surprised it's not intentional as well.
I was just going to say I'd go further. I think that has to be intentional. I didn't see, I guess they're not going to show that again, but I didn't see a great deal of attempt to play the ball there by Irish. I mean, that was just a flick with the hip and just put Tim Lascelles into the boards. Not intentional called. I think it warranted one personally.
Wouldn't have been out of place on the rugby field, that. Anyway, still 3 points Worthing lead, but Landell nails it and levels the score.
Not anymore. What a shot from Mike Landell. Good shooter, but my word, wasn't that some shot? Derby enjoyed it, didn't they, the crowd?
Absolutely. But there's Hareed again.
I think it had to be his arm. I mean, he's got bandages all over his arms, and it looked like a bandage one that took it. He was miles above anybody, wasn't it? What a marvellous tip-in.
Brilliant athlete. But we've certainly got a game on our hands at the moment.
Yeah, this has been some comeback by Derby. I mean, they've played very good hassle defence, but almost sort of sneaked up on us on this. Oh my goodness, what a terrific slam dunk from Seaman. I mean, the old alley-oop, and then he goes. That's wound him up.
That's got to be one of the shots of the season so far, and here he goes again, all on his own. Seaman puts Derby in the lead for the first time, and what a way to do it.
Did he enjoy that? Did I enjoy that? Wow, and Derby in front for the first time with 2 dunks by Seaman. This is incredible.
And let's not forget that Worthing have scored just 6 points in 7 minutes. Derby in the ascendancy. Lascelles. Cunningham, the big man, comes from behind and whacks it away.
Some rejection that, wasn't it? I think Tim fancied himself to score there, and why not? He was going in free, but Cunningham had other ideas. Good check, good block.
Gardner called for the foul, his second.
How many defenders have Derby got out there, Steve? They just seem to have one extra man all the time. They're working so hard. It's like every time a Worthing player turned around on the offence, there's a couple of yellow shirts. It's like they're managing to double team all the time.
They're certainly up the tempo in this second half. And there's that loose ball. Lascelles dives on it. And that's going to be a jump ball by the looks of it. But those 50-50 calls we were saying were going to Worthing in the first half, they seem to be going Derby's way now.
That's right. You get your tails up, and that determination comes with it, doesn't it? The adrenaline's flowing, you're feeling good, and you're going to give nothing away. And that was a good demonstration of that by Lascelles.
And the crowd right in it at the moment.
Yeah, they're liking this. Yeah, just look at them in the background there.
And look at that shooting percentage. Derby matching what Worthing hit in the first quarter.
That's good. The scoring is excellent in this half. I mean, the defence is excellent, but the scoring is, they're making up where they missed out in the first half, and they're doing it in spades.
Under pressure from Mike Landell.
Lewis missing. The referee's seen something.
Yeah, I'm not sure I did, but there were a lot of bodies in the way there.
Well, Irish was making a lot of noise, and it seems as though he's got the call.
Yeah, I think it's... Oh yeah, do you see it on the replay there? Yeah, they called it a push foul on Charlie Mant. He just eased Irish out of the way as Irish was looking to rebound.
He's lucky they didn't call the charge in the first place with Jason taking the charge. But,
yeah, just managed to slide by Lewis, didn't he?
Calling the 3-second violation there. Perhaps that was a make-up call. Landell going for the big one. And it's called against Jason, pushing off. Pushing his man away, going for the rebound. Looks a little puzzled by this
Jason, yeah. Walking after Rob Eiliff. Don't say anything you shouldn't, Jason.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mike Landell, taking a well-earned breather on 5 points.
And the surprising fact is that with Derby making such a comeback, Charlie Manta scored just 2 of those points.
Yeah, what's he done? Has he used them all up in the first half, keeping the team alive?
Going for the alley-oop at the other end, but Mant just got a piece of it there. McKinney back in the thick of it.
Nice 2 or 3 passes there created that opening for Ian. Shame he didn't nail that.
Great block from Mance, getting behind Hareed, but there was Irish to come up with that rebound.
Yeah, yes, it was good basketball that, wasn't it? Nice move to get on the inside position there. Good defensive block by Charlie Mant. Kept it clean from behind, very difficult trick. And Irish sneaking in there, good scorer that he is, and makes the rebound.
There we see it again from the back. Superb job from Charlie Mant, but Worthing getting that offensive rebound. We're all tied again. There's Charlie, and he's put another 3-pointer in.
Wow. Just wow. Charlie Mant, I mean, from outside, you know, he's normally a sort of a power forward, you know, goes to the hoop a lot, makes short jumpers, but he shot from range today and shot well.
I think that's 5 3-pointers in this game for Charlie.
Oh, Mr. Irish not very pleased with that. I mean, I don't know what we'll see this again.
Delightful shot from Charlie.
I thought we were getting a replay of the action of the foul. I have to say I prefer that replay of that superb 3-pointer of Charlie Mant.
So Worthing running the clock down. Derby may get the last shot. We could actually have the Bucks in the lead at the end of this 3rd quarter.
I detect a hint of surprise there, Stephen, I have to say. Yeah, I'm with you in the surprise. Here's possession for Derby again. The hustle defence that they've played, the pressure defence has really taken Worthing apart here. It's given them the springboard, hasn't it? And, you know, I mean, they've shot well enough to take advantage of it.
McKinney inside. There's Andy Gardner and gets the shot almost on the buzzer, doing what Worthing did earlier on in this game. Derby lead by 3. What a tremendous 3rd quarter that was. They outscored the Bears 25-8. And who would have expected that, George?
Well, in my optimistic mood I would, Steve, but that's just taken my breath away. That really was, both ends of the court, a superb quarter by Derby. To be in the lead after 12 down at the half, and to do it by playing excellent basketball, defensively and offensively, that was something else. No wonder the crowd are cheering, particularly the Derby supporters.
And what a way to take the lead with that wonderful monster dunk from Jason Seaman.
Oh, 2 in a row. If that doesn't light up Wembley, well, it did light up Wembley, didn't it? I mean, as you say, there are some empty seats here, but I think that little, 20-second piece of play, that had everyone in, you know, standing rather than sitting, and why not? I mean, that was superb.
I tell you what, whoever gets through to the final is going to have to go some to produce a better game than this.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this really is an excellent game. Obviously, more to come in the weekend, but there's something about comebacks, isn't there? And I suppose Derby the underdogs, Worthing being here before, something about the underdog doing well, all rather British, you know. Yeah, exciting game so far.
This time, Worthing don't get the tip. But looks as though Irish is going to get the foul. Yeah, it's on Andy Gardner. with a push on Hareed. Just a little touch there just before Hareed went up.
Well, it was graphically described by the referee, Rob Eiliff, wasn't it? You know, he was very definite, it was pushing by Gardner. I mean, it looked to me just a rebounding foul. I'm not convinced he pushed. Andy came down with the ball in both hands. Difficult to push somebody when you've got a ball in both hands. Maybe he landed on him, you know, maybe a rebounding foul.
The referees are obviously watching for different things than we are. Nelson. Good job. McKinney almost spotting the opening there, trying to go through the middle. Gardner, the rebound goes Worthing's way. That just wouldn't drop.
Interesting that. Did you see Andy Gardner check his feet there? He wanted to make sure he was in three-point range. I think that just broke up the rhythm of the shot. This is not what we were talking about at practice last night. What we're saying there is, you know, just don't even think about it. In other words, catch the ball in space, you're open, bing, shoot it. Andy checked his feet there. I'm sure he was looking for the three-point arc, and it broke the rhythm of the shot.
Jason taking one in the face. Irish called for the foul that time. Wasn't happy with it, but there again, he's not happy any time he's called for foul. You see, from the reverse angle.
Don't doubt it. Contact there. This is something we can do without. It looks as though Seaman's having to... If he's actually bleeding there from that, it looks as though Seaman may have to leave the floor while it just gets patched up. This is something Derby could do without. Certainly hope it gets treated quickly.
So that was why Irish wasn't too happy. That was his fourth foul. Yes, and it looks as though Seaman is going to have to come off for treatment. Any cut these days, and the player has to come off and get it properly seen to.
Yeah, well, Mr. Irish not happy about his fourth foul. It looks as though Jason Seaman and Derby aren't very happy about his fourth foul either, with the result it's had.
It means Nigel Fisher's into the action, so it's going to be a big weight on his shoulders for the next couple of minutes. Nelson, outlet pass to Irish. Lewis comes inside. Not a particularly good pass, but Andy Gardner couldn't hold it. And there's Jason. That two-handed overhead shot from Irish, but can't knock it down. Worthing, though, getting the rebound again.
Getting the second bite, Steve, aren't they? I mean, they're taking good shots. They're okay, actually not making them. But the big guys worked hard there. Reed took that last rebound, fed the ball out again. It meant that Worthing retained possession and gives them another chance to play a strong offence.
But then the turnover.
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? You know, when you work that hard and somebody makes a turnover, that hurts. And you've got tired limbs as well. Makes it harder to come back and play defence.
Ant comes inside. Shot is short. Cunningham. Matt. Derby haven't had many fast breaks so far. Excellent ball inside, and Ian McKinney scores.
Good break out, wasn't it? Nicely fed out, the outlet pass. I mean, the rebound came out. Mant had it on the point. Almost a rugby pass, just flipped it out to the ring, got the ball down quickly, and wasn't McKinney quickly down the floor there, and, you know, a good inside pass to find him. Rudely and neatly put away.
Cunningham calling the timeout. Derby ahead by 5. And Tim Rudge obviously saying that keep it up.
There's the pass. McKinney in space. Yeah, Staple. Nice shot. Nothing fancy. Get a pass like that, you don't need anything fancy. 2 points will do.
Tim's certainly very demonstrative in that timeout.
Yeah, I think he must be saying, you know, we've got there, that third quarter, that was something else. We've earned the chance now. We're still in with that chance. Nothing silly. Play solid, make the shots. keep it. Well, they patched it up and it looks fairly clean. Don't see any sign of blood. Like to see a sign of him back on the floor. Certainly Derby need him to occupy that space. Big threat, Jason Seaman.
Long time to go then, just under 8 minutes before we all know who goes through to tomorrow's final. To meet the winners of the second semi-final, Manchester or Guildford.
There's been some talent on show tonight. Whoever wins in that to the semi-final is going to have a tough game tomorrow. Whoever takes this one.
Cunningham to Nelson, almost lost it. Time running down. Irish. But just as the 30-second clock ran out,
Earned them the
Bears
chance
get the
again there,
rebound.
didn't he, Cunningham? Earned them the chance again. Derby played very, very good defence. Made them take a forced shot insofar as it was on the buzzer, as you said. And Cunningham just cleaned it up and said, OK, guys, run it again.
But Lewis called for the offensive foul, the charge. Andy Gardner stepping in. Not much doubt about that.
Different way of doing it, Steve, but it's like the turnover 2 or 3 offences ago. You know, it hurts that. That hurt Cunningham more than it hurt the guy that Lewis just charged it into, I'll tell you, because he did the job. He got him the ball back, and that was effectively a turnover.
Seaman to Mant. Didn't seem to have the control there as he went up for that one. The ball seemed to slip out of his hand.
Yeah, he normally has good hands, doesn't he? Nice soft hand finish, and that one maybe just a little bit snatched, but good opening, good opening. You know, Tim wanted him to shoot there. He didn't shout that, but I'll tell you, he wanted him to take that shot.
He wanted him to score it as well.
Well, yeah.
Irish dishing off, getting fouled.
Guys, go! 14! Right there.
It's Andy Gardner. 4 fouls on Andy, so you're going to have to be careful.
Yeah, no doubt about that one either, was there? That inside camera shot there, it shows up a lot of contact, doesn't it, when it occurs?
Mike Spade coming back in to give the Bears another offensive threat. Irish missing, and Spade couldn't get the rebound. It was Gardner in there first.
Good job with that. Kept balance well. Found McKinney the guard with the ball. Derby possession. That's all you want.
Gardner with the pass from Mant.
Just hitting the front of the ring too often for my liking, Steve, in this quarter. OK, we're still ahead, but a number of shots that could have gone down.
Cunningham puts that one down. Is it me, George, or do you detect that things are getting a little bit more tense out there now?
Not just you, Steve. I'm tense. I think they are getting tense. You see, that's what's doing it. Derby, again, just hitting the front of the ring. Maybe a bit of tension. Looks as though Irish got caught there. I was just going to say, no tension from Cunningham, the offence before, was there? You know, he just went down and made that layup, nice and smooth. That's the experience.
Yes.
Irish looked to be about to do the same. It looks as though Lascelles may just have caught him, actually, as he tried to take the ball. May just have caught him in the eye.
He would have almost certainly scored though, so he's got to earn the shots, earn the points from the line. Vandell coming back in for Lascelles.
Trying to put your salary on this, Steve?
Certainly not.
He makes these. For me, he makes these. Good shooter.
Player of the Year last year. Such an integral part of this Worthing team. Pulled the deficit back to just 1. That came off Mike Spade's foot, so the shot clock will be reset.
We need some shots to drop, Steve, don't we? You know, the ones that have been hit in the front of the ring, we need a couple of those to drop. Now, Derby are having to shoot from range again. See that big Worthing zone? We could do with some penetration, I think, here, or some good inside passing moves. Because if the shot's not dropping, we have to look somewhere else to make that zone move around.
Goose goes for the 3, doesn't make it. Jason gets a hand on it, but can't hold it.
Just out of range again off here. They're open, the shots are open, but more difficult to hit. That big zone of Worthing's is working. You know, let's find another way in, fellas.
Lewis goes to baseline. No one came across to help out. 2 easy points.
Yeah, that's his strength. There's a way in. You know, he just went through. Somebody opened the side door.
Worthing back in the lead. Landell. Nice pass inside. Seaman off the glass.
Wasn't that a nice pass? Nice penetration by Landell. This is what we're saying. See how that collapsed the zone? Jason just followed it up. Good score.
Nelson from downtown.
Yeah, he forced that. Bad shot.
Lewis got the rebound. That is the main thing, and made the most of it.
Yeah, their offensive rebounding in this quarter has been a real key because it's given them second bites, and OK, they've wasted a couple of them, but no mistake there from Lewis.
Landell trying to go inside again. Good pass to Charlie Mant. The shot misses.
Had to work hard to get a shot on that, Charlie. He's claiming he was fouled, I think.
He's called on Seaman for the push again.
Let's check this out.
Well, not the replay that we wanted.
No, he doesn't. No, I was a little puzzled, to say the least, with that shot. Maybe a delayed action call.
And the Bucks in the penalty, so Worthing go down the other end to shoot the 1-on-1.
Another experienced guy on the line, and Steve. Been there, done it, seen it, sent the obligatory postcard.
We missed the second one. So attention could be getting even to Cunningham. Long time to go yet though, just under 4 minutes. Derby looking for some movement on offence. Landell, the shot very quickly.
Front of the ringer. Somebody moved that bud back about 6 inches. Front of the ring again, that shot.
Well, an air ball from Lewis.
He's taking some strange shots, Lewis, you know, when they're looking to take control of the game, Worthing. I mean, with their experience and the fact that Derby are just creaking a little offensively, they have the opportunity to take the game by the scruff of the neck. And Lewis taking some strange options here that are preventing them doing that.
Bucks timeout. Trailing by 2. The Worthing bench there. They're obviously going to be happy with being in the lead, but this is when all the experience must come to the fore. And they've got plenty of that, George, plenty of experience.
Yeah, just looking around the faces there. A lot of intensity, but no signs of panic, see. They feel they have the ability to control this game, to get a grasp of it, play it at their pace, in their way. This is what Alan Cunningham's talking about, I'm sure. This is what he wants them to do. And I reckon he's mentioned a few times that Derby are missing as well, so keep playing that big zone and playing it tough, and when we get the ball, let's use it well and let's open up a bit of cushion here.
They've been in tight games so many times before, they must be confident that they can do it if there's only a couple of points in it in the last minute or so.
I think so, yes. And Derby just need to, make a couple of shots and get ahead, and then it's a bit of a rethink from Worthing because they have to chase the game from behind. But right now they're in the driving seat.
Andy Mayer coming into the action. Oh, and that pass picked off by Nelson, going all the way. Scores, and that's an intentional foul.
Well, that was a big play, wasn't it? I mean, for the life of me, I can't see why Steve Nelson's getting excited with his teammate. Picked off what was really a fairly poor ball, gets hit very hard by the defender coming in, still makes the score. Watch this. This is strength. Strength and very good hands. Excellent finishing there. Picks up an intentional foul. It's all bonus for Worthing all the way down the line. Great play by Nelson.
What about that intentional call, though? Do you think that Landell was trying to get the ball?
Well, I don't see that the referee could judge any other because the hand went in there trying to make the block. And the way the referees are asked to call nowadays, what they're saying effectively is you're not allowed to read a player's mind. So if he looks as though he's playing the ball, it can't be intentional. I'm convinced it was intentional because Landell said to himself, you are not going to score. But if the referee can't read his mind, why did he call the intentional? Interesting.
Lewis checked by Seaman, but things going Worthing's way again. They get the rebound, and then they throw it away. It looks as though neither team really wants to win this. They keep making elementary mistakes at this stage of the game, giving the ball to the opposition.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? Here we are talking about the Worthing timeout and how they're going to play to their strengths and control the game, and they're making turnovers. I mean, yeah, maybe they're as nervous as Derby.
Landell goes for the big one, scores. But is that another foul on Seaman?
He's called somebody for pushing. And it is Jason, yeah, now this.
He's called it after the shot, so it's Worthing going down the other end for the 1-and-1.
That hurts because that was a big shot from Landell, wasn't it? That's what Derby needed. Absolutely sweet, and yeah. Well, the referee said pushed, he pushed.
But who do you blame in that situation? Is it Seaman, his inexperience, simply because the guy is legally blocking out in front of him?
I couldn't see how it happened, Steve. I mean, I was watching the arc of the ball as it came over, and I really don't know what the incident was, so it's difficult to say. But I have a personal feeling, which I guess is rather old-fashioned now, that you let the big guys battle it out rather, and I would prefer if it was still that way. But that's not the modern way with the game now. I think they like the referees to keep their eye on the big men and not let them get too physical, lest it go too far. I prefer it physical personally. They're big boys, they can handle themselves.
More the way they do it in America. Landell, little man there, going all the way through, protecting the ball with one arm and picking up the foul. So Landell doing a good job there.
Yeah, looking for that penetration again, Steve. We have to find that other way in, don't we? Because that big zone I've mentioned a time or two is doing a good job, and Mike was just looking to pick the lock and get in the middle there, maybe get a hand off, maybe get the foul as he has here and make the shots, because this is still a tight ball game, and if Derby can just get a little bit ahead, Worthing have troubles.
Right, very solid from the line, ties it up again. Cunningham. You've got all the experience on the court at the moment. Neat pass, turn around, jump shot. How did he make that one?
Well, I don't know, Steve. The turnaround, I mean, that was on Cunningham-like. But what a good ball inside, wasn't it? I expected him just to sort of turn around and make a half-hook shot there. But he made something fancy and just made the shot.
And Seaman's pass picked off there. Well, Derby don't seem to be going to Charlie Mant. I don't know whether Worthing are marking him more tightly or what, but he doesn't seem to be getting a lot of the ball.
No, I don't think they're working any harder on Charlie. We saw an awful lot of Charlie in the first half because he was the guy that was doing the scoring, but we've got other players doing the scoring now and getting involved, so I guess Charlie looks to be less in there.
Less than 90 seconds to go. It's Worthing by 2. Worthing by 4. Spade getting inside.
That hurt, didn't it? 3 bites at the cherry there. Yeah, the big guy just gets the fingertips on it, rolls it through the hoop. Big basket.
Tim Lascelles driving in on that occasion, but before he could get very far, Irish with the foul. Looks like it's 5. Well, he's disagreed with every single one.
Yeah.
But he's got to go.
A wry smile. Come on, Colin. Maybe one of them was right. That's nice, though. Gets the guys down. Last little word of encouragement before he leaves the floor. Word of encouragement for the substitute coming in. Good performance by Irish. He scores some points. Very experienced competitor. Disappointed to have picked that up. He'd like to have been there at the final buzzer, I'm sure.
So what can the Bucks do in this last minute of the game? Landell going all the way. Super drive.
Well, you know, against all those trees in there, and Landell just goes right amongst them and makes a great layup. That's the way to do it, Mike. I mean, he just, you know, collapsed the defence. Great job.
And a very quick offence. So plenty of time for Derby to get to level things up.
Interesting to see what this call is. There was a big clatter of bodies there. Yeah, I'd like to have seen how Reid got the ball there, but that was a good call at the end of the day. No, Charlie definitely manhandled Reid as he was going for the shot. But Herman, you know, he has a habit of coming in strong from the back and climbing over people and, you know, bumping and barging around. Be interesting to see how he won the ball.
Missing that one though, 3 points in it. Landell going the same way again, but missing that time. Seaman stripped of it. And whose ball will that be? It's going to Derby.
What a shame. Lovely outlet pass that, wasn't it, to Landell, and Mike goes to the hoop again, as he'd done twice before in the last couple of minutes.
So much tension out there at the moment. And Lascelles is fouled. He was going for the 3 there, surely.
Well, I would certainly say he was outside the arc, Steve. I'm not sure whether he was going for the 3 or whether he was going in for the foul. I think if we get another look at this, if you look at the action, I think you'll find that Tim's inviting some contact there so that maybe he gets a chance of 3 from the line.
It looks as though the referee's given 2. Tim Rudge is not very happy. He's signalling 3. But no, it's only 2.
It sounds to me like the whole arena is not very happy about that.
Certainly the Derby fans weren't. Now, the whole game could hinge on that particular decision. Let's have a look at it again. Yes, Tim was definitely outside of the 3-point line when he shot that.
Got to be clear of the line for me from that angle. I'm not saying he got great mechanics on that shot. I'm not going to say that he would have made it, but I am convinced he said to the defender, hit me and watch me hit 3 from the line. Wasn't to be. Referee says 2.
And you remember early in the season against Guildford, he needed 2 big free throws to take the game into overtime. Made them no problem at all.
Yeah, you said earlier in the game, Stephen, you're right at that, but was it Derby's very first points at the start of the game even, that he's very, very cool from the line, Tim Lascelles, and yeah, you've just mentioned that one, tied the ball game up against Guildford, took us into extra time. He made 3 from 3 there, like, well, it was just in practice.
Yes, and So it was Harid who caught him. Definite foul from 3-point range. Should get 3 shots for it, but he's only going to get 2. So presumably if both these go down, Derby will then have to foul fairly quickly.
I'm sorry, Steve. I would back him for 3 out of 3, let alone 2 out of 2. Let's see.
But with 25 seconds left on the clock, Worthing can run it down. So Derby got to do something here. Very quick foul indeed from Mike Landell on Lewis.
Good chance that was 2 instructions too there. Remember we were discussing intentional fouls earlier? I mean, Mike was smart enough there to make the hand go and make it look like he was taking the ball. Derby desperately needed possession. Worthing are experienced enough to run the clock down when they get the ball in their hands, and that was almost certainly an intentional foul by Landell, just to take somebody to the line to give Derby a chance from a rebound. Let's see.
And they've missed it, but they get an offensive rebound again. Now that really did hurt. Derby struggling now. They must foul again here, surely.
Didn't they?
The Souls. But no, Lewis gets going. That looked like a bit of a push there. But Worthing got away with it. And that's going to take the Bears to the line again. That's Andy Gardner's 5th foul. So they're going to have to play the last 9 seconds without him. But Derby still need this ball.
What a shame that, wasn't it? All went according to plan there. Mike Landell picked up the foul, sent the guy to the line, he missed. And then somebody spoils the best laid plans of Tim Rodge and the team. Herman Harid picks up another big rebound. Ball gets back into Worthing's possession. We have to foul again.
This game's still not over though. They've reset the clock at 10 seconds. We've got an extra second and that could mean a lot. Harid again. Makes the first.
Encouraging pat from Mike Spade.
If this one goes down, Derby will need a 3 to level it. He's missed it and seen the rebounds. So what can Derby do here? It's Landell. It's almost a replica of the Thames Valley game. The shot, it's missed. And Worthing knock it away. And that's time. Well, what a brave effort by the Bucks. Coming back from that huge first half deficit. But in the end, that 3-point effort by Mike Landell, which would have won the game, rimming out, and Worthing go through by 2 points.
What a brave shot, as you say, Steve, there, Mike Landell at the end. And good rebound by Jason Seaman, great outlet pass. And, you know, Mike, he made it 3 earlier in the game, kept the guys in the game with those layups, and then just rimmed out on that final buzzer. What a shame.
Charlie Mant was the game's top scorer with 27 points, 22 of them in the first half. He also had 9 rebounds. Jason Seaman had 12 points and 11 boards, but Derby just failing to cause an upset. On the way though, they made many new friends after that wonderful performance. Mike, just over 24 hours since the defeat against Worthing, you've had time to reflect on that. Is defeat still hard to swallow?
Yeah, even more so after watching the final. Well, you know, we lost. We played hard, they played hard, and they came out winners, that's all we can say.
Some people were saying that it was all down to nerves at the start. If you hadn't got off to such a bad start, that surge they had in the third quarter would have been a winning surge.
Yeah, well, we always look at things like after the game, coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I mean? We started off, like you said, not too well, but we overcome that. We started playing well, and he went down to wire and we didn't do it. So we can blame on the first quarter, we can blame it on the layup that was missed, we can blame it on a number of things.
Do you feel that they had just that little bit more experience on a big occasion which helped them?
To start off with, when they started off in the first quarter very well, that was just their experience, but at the end of the day, the experience didn't really count down the stretch to us because we were there with them, we knew we could take them. So we wasn't even thinking about their experience being superior to ours, it was just us being there and ready to play. And they were ready to play, and down the stretch they got the breaks.
Now you must have replayed that last move over in your mind many times. If you were in the same situation again, would you still play it the same way?
Someone asked me that last night at the bar actually. Maybe, I think I would have.
Earlier on, you'd gone through for a layup, you'd had the ball rejected, so was that still in your mind?
Well, it wasn't rejected. I just lost control of it. I remember the play, but that wasn't in my mind at all. I thought we had about 5 seconds left on the clock when I caught the ball, and I just remember dribbling down the court and hearing a lot of footsteps behind me. So I tried to plant my foot, and which I did, and they passed me, and the shot was there. It was an open shot, just didn't make it.
Nevertheless,
if I'd made it, it would have been a different story, but I didn't. One of those things.
Nevertheless, it's been a wonderful weekend for the club, and hopefully you'll be back next year.
Yeah, hopefully. It's a great weekend for everyone. We've all enjoyed it. We sent the message that we weren't just here for the party. We were here to play hard and try and win it. We're grateful to get here after the season that we've had, and we pulled through. Everyone's come through with flying colours. And all we've got to do is, we've had a taste of Wembley now. The next step is try and get here next year.
Tim, a superb performance by the team, but you just didn't quite have enough at the end.
Yeah, we played hard, whole big game. Worthing played hard, but we just didn't get the win. We had nerves at the start of the game, which I think we overcame very well. We just didn't. I think we could have. We shot a lot. We took a lot of shots, and our percentage wasn't very high. But all in all, I think we played well, and we showed a lot of characters to get back in the game and then get up. But we just didn't have that killer instinct when we actually did get up. I missed a 2 that I should have knocked down. I think Charlie missed a 1 when it bobbled in and out, things like that. But that would have probably put the nail in a bit further at that point. It was up by 5. Just little things like that. If you only could have made them shots,
But you did stick to your game plan. Everything went fairly well to plan, didn't it? Really?
Yeah. I mean, when Tim, talked to us at half time, we was down by I think it was 10 or 12, and he just basically said to us, get back out there, work hard, stay within our plan, and we'll get back in the game and win it. And everything went to plan. It's just that we didn't have that killer instinct at that certain point of the game when we was up by 5.
But you knew you were never going to shake them off, didn't you?
Oh, I mean, they've been there before. They're a class team. They've got a lot of big game players, but I think we showed a lot of characters to stay in the game and bring it as so close as it was. If a couple of decisions would have went our way, then who knows? We might have been in the final today.
Afterwards, you were presented with the Fair Play Award for this season. Did that come as a shock to you?
Yeah, it was a big shock. I mean, what can I say? I think I give people a lot of stick. If it's other players, I tend to stay away from the officials, but I usually give other players a lot of stick. But they thought I'd done something right, so they gave it to me, I guess.
So what about next season? You fancy another shot at Wembley?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got a taste for it now. I'm just a bit upset about this. I mean, I'm happy with the way we play, but I just feel deep down that we could have got it, and I think I could have played better anyway. And I'm a bit upset about that. But yeah, I've got a taste for it now, and I definitely want to get back here next year.
Jeff, when you came in with the sponsorship at the start of the season, did you ever expect that you'd get to Wembley?
Not in my wildest dreams, no. Absolutely fabulous. I really am pleased for everybody concerned.
It sounds as though you're losing your voice a little bit.
Just a little bit, yes. It's gone, basically, yes.
Too much shouting?
Too much shouting, but very enjoyable, yes.
So do you think you'll be sponsoring the team again next year?
Well, as I said to Tim, we are sponsoring you again next year, yes. Not because I enjoy it so much, because it has worked for the company as well.
But the bonus is that you've really enjoyed the basketball.
I've enjoyed it as well, yes. I've got to admit, yes.
Tim, your first experience of Wembley, how did you find it?
I'd have to say disappointing, but the whole weekend was terrific.
The team did a really good job overall, didn't they?
Yeah, I was very proud of them, Stephen, and I think that it's given us all a taste for what there is down here, and the Championship playoffs is a place to be, and we're all looking forward to try and get there next year.
Did you think that it was the nerves that made all the difference at the start, which meant you got off to a pretty bad start?
It was either the nerves or the coaching tactics. I think that we'd planned all the way along that if they played a zone, we'd try and shoot it off early, and that we would go for all or nothing, really. I'd said and preached for a long time that we shoot 50%, 55% from the field, and if we did that, then we would shoot the zone off. Unfortunately, in that first quarter, we shot 12%, and the first 7 shots all failed. And overall, we ended up with a 50% average.
I love this guy.
I ended up with a 50% average over the game. So I knew it all averaged out, but it just didn't come right at the beginning. You just have to have faith in the philosophy.
In the third quarter, you outscored them 25-8. You almost blew them away.
Yeah, I think almost a good word, because we'd really got them there. And when we came into the fourth quarter, we had four offences against us where Worthing came down. We stopped them scoring, and we had 4 good opportunities to score each time. 1 from Charlie, 1 from Andy Gardner, and 2 from Tim. And they all failed. Any one of those going there, I think, would have just sent us over the edge. The 8 points would have been fine, and we'd have gone from strength to strength there. As it happened, it went into a dogfight, and then when it gets down to a dogfight, it's all about which way it rubbed for you. And unfortunately for us, it just didn't rub for us in the last 2 minutes. Refereeing decisions, certain things happened in the game, it just didn't work for us, whereas it could have easily have done. And so it was down to the last shot in the end, and that didn't go through. So again, it didn't fall for us.
So now you've got the very difficult job of building on this and coming back with a more successful team next year.
Yeah, I don't think you can necessarily guarantee success, but you can certainly utilise the same things that's got to where we've got today. And I think the philosophy is liked by all the players, it's liked by the fans. I mean, and I've, from the coaching point of view, enjoyed putting it into practice. I've often preached that we can play the simplified basketball. And everybody's really poo-pooed it, coaching side of it, the technical side. But I think it's frustrating at times, but basically very exciting to watch. It makes for exciting games. A bit in the Nick Nurse style, really, where you just go for it. And I enjoyed it, and I think if we can get a few more players, just 1 or 2 more for what we've got now, and keep the majority of people who we've had this year, I think we could go from strength to strength. I think the fans would like that too.
Well, that's all for this season, but Bucks on Film will be back in 1994-95, bigger and better than ever. And let's hope that Wembley beckons again next April.